Hi Punyarat, my name is Gwendolyn. I'm going to be looking at your essays today. Great job on getting this far in the course. I know that there's been a lot of work that you've put in to get to this point of writing the essays. So fantastic job of getting this far. You'll be surprised at the number of students who don't. So really good job and getting here where we are. Let's go ahead and look at your task 2 here, this first one. Communication between family members. So the first thing that we need to really look at is your word count. So the minimum number is 250 words, but probably the maximum number of words you want to write is 275. You've written way over. You've written 411 words. Punyarat. So yeah, that needs to come down quite a bit. A couple of issues with writing that many words. One, you don't have the time. You've got 40 minutes to write this essay. You don't have time to be writing 411 words. So we need to work on cutting that down and being more concise. Number two, the examiner is going to stop reading your essay at 275 words. So after that, anything you've written is just a waste of time anyway. But also more importantly, if by that 275 words, the examiner is not able to see that you've answered the task response, you're going to lose some points for that part of the question, part of the marking. So really important. So let's start. I'm not going to be able to get through all of this, but I'm going to try my best, because we also have the second essay to look at. Okay, let's read through it. Human beings rely on communication to convey numerous content among one another, and we have building up a stronger social bond as a result of such communication. But yet it is undeniable that people within a family nowadays pay less attention to communicating with other members. Okay, so what we have here is a very complex sentence. A lot of this does not need to be in there. So for the introduction, make it short, as we say, short and sweet. You don't get a lot of points for your introduction. So I'm going to read the rest of it and then I'm going to tell you how to fix this introduction. Personally, I am convinced to believe, we don't need that, I am convinced that one of the major factors affecting less frequent family communication is the impact of rapidly improved technology, strictly, S-T-R-I-C-T-L-Y, strictly speaking, due to globalization. We don't need all this phrasing in there. It's great if you are writing a different type of essay, but here it is not necessary. So take out some of these extra phrasing. To demonstrate, we don't need this phrase, what I mean by this. Actually, we don't even need to demonstrate. We could take all of that out and just be very simple. This essay will discuss the consequences of globalization on the communication among family members and support my belief towards the issue. That is good enough. So take out that phrasing, we'll save a lot there. Take out that phrasing, we'll save some language there. And how will we fix this first one? Maybe we would just say here, a lot of the language here needs to come out. So we could just say human beings rely on communication to convey numerous contact among one another. Maybe we can take out all of this, comma, yet it is undeniable that people within a family nowadays, take out that, communicate less with other members, okay? Firstly, the effect of globalization leads people to be closer together regardless of distance. Although it seems beneficial to be able to contact and get closer to people on the other side of the world, be the phrase there, on the other side of the world, the quality of time spent with other family members will be less. This is largely because when the faster internet and high technology devices facilitated communication. Humans are encouraged to place I would say less emphasis instead of fewer emphasis, and then watch your spelling of emphasis there. Place less emphasis on a relationship with closer people, especially parents, siblings, or other relatives. For example, a great number of studies from British social institutions, watch your spelling there, showed that people nowadays are less likely to stay in a big family due to the lack of sense of understanding. More importantly, the institutions emphasize the key problems greatly on account of lack of effective communication. So we don't need this part of the, just need to give one example there. Therefore, compared to past decades, more and more people communicate with other people more frequently than their family. Good, I think you're on the right track here for your idea and your example. Just try to keep it to sort of maybe 4 sentences. One, just kind of an introduction like you've gone, maybe something leading into it, your example, and then your concluding sentence there. So here you could take out a bit. You could say, first, the effect of globalization leads people to be closer regardless of distance. Maybe take out this phrase. Here, not necessarily, you can go straight into, this is largely because with faster internet and high technology devices, so I think if we take out that phrase and this phrase, you'll still keep the same meaning and be a lot more concise, and then reduce some of your word count down considerably. Secondly, even if there are several applications available for online chatting, such as Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, or Viber, they do not seem to be very efficient in strengthening family bonds. The main reason behind this point is that family relationships, plural, may not only require frequent chatting, but more importantly, need some time together to generate face-to-face communication. For instance, families residing in the countryside of Thailand together, whose members are within the same areas, are generally have stronger relationships. So are generally having, I would say, generally having stronger relationships. Consequently, it is worth believing that staying close together makes the communication with those family more frequent. So maybe here you're looking at kind of 2 sides of the story here. So I might have started, on the one hand here instead of firstly, and maybe I would have also used here then on the other hand, because you're kind of looking at both sides of the issue, not just taking one point of view. All in all, I wholeheartedly, L-Y, agree on the fact that people have had less frequent communication with their family, with a member of their family recently as a result of the development of technology and the internet. Also, it can be predicted that more and more families will lose their bonds because of lack of consistency in face-to-face transmission. Good. I mean, overall, I think you've done a great job of answering the task response. You've given some good ideas and good examples. Just trying to work on taking out the unessential information out to reduce your word count down, which we need to do by quite a lot. And then I can spend some more time correcting the grammar and other issues. Let's look at your second task 2, if I can find it. Okay, Punyarat, a little bit better on your word count on this one, 328 words, which is much better. Let's go ahead and read through it though, and see if we can again look at where we can take out some content, make it a little more concise, and also give some feedback on the grammar and the sentence structure here. Children are encouraged, watch your spelling there, E-N-C-O-U-R-A-G-E-D. Children are encouraged to sharpen their skills and imagination through several methods of learning. Personally, I am highly convinced. Highly convinced, so you've got kind of 2 verbs in here, so we only need 1 verb. So I would say I'm highly convinced that, and take out the to believe. Be mindful of just putting, you did that in the last essay as well. So I would just say, I am highly convinced that active learning is far more efficient than them passive, don't need the there. Good. Some great language in there though. In order to demonstrate points and support the belief, this essay will evaluate 2 invaluable benefits derived from first-hand playing. Good. This was a very good introduction. Punyarat, you followed the course structure very well, perfectly structured here. Good. Good. Great here to see a different transition. Great to see that. To begin with, the fact that children are more into active movements and have found them less boring while participating in the activities themselves, would definitely improve their dexterity, physical, mental, and social well-being. Okay, again, quite a complex sentence here. Great listing here. Dexterity, fantastic vocabulary. Great to see a list. Always like to see a list in my essays. Shows off your vocabulary. But we can make this a little more concise though. Maybe you could say here, to begin with, children who participate in active movements significantly improve their dexterity, physical, mental, and social well-being. So it kind of gets across the same thing that you've said, uses some of your same language, but has cut out a lot of the unnecessary information to make it a little more concise, and this will also help reduce your word count. This is largely because they are more influenced to play their roles in such motions. Maybe you could say, you could add this bit about the less boring bit. This is largely because they are more influenced to play as the activity is less boring. For example, recent studies from Cambridge University show a group of children gaining hands-on, plural with an S there, hands-on experiences, is more likely to maintain healthy, healthy, we need something there. Healthy is an adverb describing something, but we need it to describe something. Is more likely to maintain a healthy body than those focusing only on studying books. As a consequence, enjoyable activities should have more enjoyable activities should lead more students to take up the challenges as they become reinforced by the sense of enjoyment. Okay. Secondly, the advantages in terms of group playing should not be forgotten to refer to as working in a team would result in numerous positive consequences, including improving interpersonal skills, communication skills, verbally and literally, and most importantly, lateral thinking. Okay, a couple of things here. Good to see your list there. I want to make it more parallel in structure. We'll get onto that later on in the course, but I'll mention it here. And then make your overall sentence more concise. Maybe you could just take out all of this section here. Sorry, just this section here. And just say, secondly, the advantages in terms of, take all of that out there. The advantages in terms of working in a team could result, instead of would, could result in numerous positive consequences, maybe benefits. Would be a different word here. You've used consequence before, so I'd like to use benefits, including improving interpersonal skills, communication skills. Don't need to add the verbally and literally here. It just adds too much complexity into this sentence. So interpersonal skills, communication skills, and then also we don't need to include most importantly, not relevant to the task response. We could just say, and lateral thinking. So just to simplify your listing a little bit there. Maybe here you could say, this is because when they belong to a group, they intuitively act in a way to benefit the group as a whole. Ultimately, teamwork has been absorbed and the skills relating to this are extremely adaptive to the real world of work. Okay? To show concrete evidence in today's modern world, one qualified I've lost my track here. To show concrete, sorry, I have to come back to here. To show concrete evidence in today's modern world, we kept the semicolon there. Yeah, maybe just keep on going. No, take out the semicolon. So to show concrete evidence, in today's modern world, one required qualification for job applications is prior experience. This therefore means employers place emphasis not only on academic achievement, but also hands-on, again with an S, learning. Besides, those applicants selected tend to have more diverse experiences. Yeah, a little loose here on your example to go with your idea. I need to work on that. Maybe something along the lines of a recent research by Australian News Today shows that 90% of company leaders today were involved in some sort of team activity as a child. Something like that. To conclude, comma from the examples and arguments given, I wholeheartedly, good, you've used it right this time, I wholeheartedly believe in the effective power of satisfying activities. It can also be predicted that children who learn from such active movements will be more superior in their future career as they are more... maybe just take that out. You can just end it there. Will be more superior in their future career. Full stop. Just to lose some of the word count there. Good. Punyarat, very good. I think really good writing. Great range of vocabulary. I think the things you need to focus on is reducing some of your wordiness down, making your essays more concise, and reducing your word count down. And then a couple of issues, just making sure we answer the task response. So what I would like you to do is make a list of what all the errors you made in this essay. Add them to what I call your error list. Go ahead and correct these two essays with the suggestions given. And go ahead then and watch the next set of podcasts, and then write these, write your next set of essays and then get them back to me as soon as possible. All right, Punyarat, keep up the good work, and I look forward to seeing your next essays soon. Bye for now.